tutorial and sandbox mode, which okay, that more or less encourages the whole thing, but well, my point is that basically you just get a square. It's almost always like a square. I don't know, I may be wrong, but I felt that many, if not all, of the layouts were just a square. So I would have guessed that this should have had a couple more environments or something. I don't know. Okay, so for our break room, we will try to do something avant-garde here. I'm not even sure what avant-garde is. Let's see. We need to leave enough room for the transit, although not necessarily. We can just block the road, but not like leave it from here, right? Okay, so this is good. This is not just good, this is good enough. That will only leave it as an entrance, and this will block our path with that base. Maybe we can move the base because I'm not seeing any other possibilities. Maybe failing at that. This is our second kitchen, right? Okay. Now let's see. We are unable to do it. Okay, maybe if let's do it the other way around. If we start from here, go all the way here and stretch it. There we go. But is that okay? Is that base in the middle of the road there okay? I'm not sure. We could potentially get that base out of the way and thus make it a single corridor. I think that's a better idea. Following along the idea of single line corridors that I seem to enjoy all that much. I'm not sure just about how viable something like this would be architectonically, but in here it seems it's working, and I don't know. Is it just poor management decision on my end? Well, it may be, but I shall continue then with my poorly decision making. I'm liking it. That's, I believe, one of the most important things. That's one of the key concepts into any building simulator. And moreover, I feel that we are doing something different. Is different good? Well, as I was thinking about it earlier, no, it never is. I like to think it is, but it often only leads to isolation most of the time, I guess. So is different good? I don't know. We're completely isolated here for the most part. Nah, not exactly. But we are on the unpopular spectrum of things. Anyways, let's concentrate on what we're doing rather than on moping. Let's see, reading desk. Okay, how about this? This is going to be rather unusual, but I think it's not a bad idea. Rather than there's two perspectives to this. Also, let's not forget we may be able to get a decorative. Okay, let's go for the decorative part first. I believe that a chandelier here may work, but also a base. So this is a difficult decision. Okay, let's go with the chandelier, and we may just end up changing it down on the road. I'm not sure. Let's give it a try at the very least. Let's give it a try. And let's go with our reading desks, right? Okay, so like I'm mentioning, this could work in one of two ways. We could even get them like this, right? But we could also get them like this, or we could get them like this. One, a little bit of space, another, etc. I'm not sure. Facing this way, the other way, I'm also not sure. This reminds me a little bit of university, I guess. Let's go with just those three. That's a good enough amount of them. Gaming table. So many tables in this game. Like, we have been building so many tables, and each and every one of the rooms there are tables, and I'm not even sure how necessary or useful they end up being. Games of chance. Oh my gosh, I forgot how to pronounce that word. Game of chance? Chance? Chancey? Chancey! Okay, let's see. Okay, this is a tough call. This is a really tough call. I think we're gonna go with an exact mimicry. Oh, hold on a second. Did we run out of money? Unique item. That's not exactly reasonable. Why the heck would you only make a single one of those? That's rather unheard of. Okay, in the meantime, let's see how our layout is doing. Oh, I like that. Look at the tight corridors. It's screaming claustrophobia all the way around. Which, like I mentioned, is that a good idea? I don't know. It is a dungeon after all. But would it be reasonable to do something other than a dungeon with such tight spaces? I'm thinking that we should duplicate this chandelier right on at the end of the reading desks. It's not bad, right? It's like super cramped in the end. It's like very claustrophobic, but I don't feel it's bad. As I was saying, I'm not sure if this kind of design would be reasonable for something other than a dungeon. I'm not even sure if it even is reasonable for a dungeon. That base blocking the way there. Really, would it? I didn't know that. I don't know. I'm kind of into the whole thing, you know. Oh, look, there's a door. So you start walking and you find a door, and that's always good in a dungeon. Then there's like this little bit of a space. Yes, it's not bad. I think it's important to have all of those intersections. Wow, this is not a dead end. It actually has a door. It also has this other door. I was thinking earlier, maybe we should split this into two rooms so that we force people to use this door, which is at the very end of the world. Therefore, probably not many are going to use it. But if we do that, then it will be somewhat unfair to whoever is sleeping on, well, all of the beds. Basically, if we split the room there, we're only going to leave a room with one lucky bed that has reasonable access to the restroom. Whilst if you are sleeping on the other 5 beds, look about how much you have to run to get into the bathroom, and it is somewhat of a maze. So imagine if you are in such a hurry and then And then you have no idea where exactly or where you have to run for the facilities. That is that could be a problem. That could be a problem if it happened to me. And so that's why I believe we should probably be a little more considerate to our personnel. But I don't know, give me your opinions on this, because I honestly I'm debating myself on which idea could potentially be the better one at this. Okay, so I'm curious about this. We could go with a lamp there, or we could go with a base here. We could go with a chest, because we're going to be playing some gambling, so I believe it looks nice to have a sort of a reward chest in the right next to it. A little tacky, I don't know. It's kind of redundant. So maybe a base. We could go. Ew, that looks bad. I don't know. I didn't like that. Okay, so maybe I'm thinking this looks good here, but this looks empty here. I'm thinking this looks good here too. Maybe one for each corner? No, let's go a little more. Yes, that could potentially work out. And also, we need something else. It's like fairly bland. So let's go with this, whatever this is. This is like a blanket there for whatever reason. Maybe we could move the table just... Oh no, it was my intention, but oh man, this is... Oh, that's good, you like reading too, that's great. I'm not sure, this could be a place, but this could be a better place, but this could be a place too. Oh wow, difficult. It's one of those catch-22, there isn't an answer, there's never an answer. What do we do? It's either here or here. I'm thinking, okay, let's move it. Ew, no, it's just too close to the door. Okay, let's move it back here. Okay. Ew, it's just too far away from the door. What do we do with this? Maybe we could even move the door. We could potentially move the door. Nah, that would make things sort of worse. Okay, how about... Ew, it's just too close to the other area. Oh wow, I can't for the life of me find a way to play. Ew, that may be the worst of all worlds. Okay, I'm at my wit's end here. Ew, the lesser ew of them all. Okay. How's this then? This EU. Okay. Bear with me. Bear with me for just a second. No, wait. There's something really wrong about this. Oh, I get it now. It can be placed either or. Oh, that's great. But now we're going to... No, not either or. It has to do with its rotation. Oh, okay. No, I thought for a second it could be placed like blocking the door or something, but no, that's not it. Alright, so I'm even feeling this back here. I'm liking it. I'm oddly liking it. I'm liking it. Am I liking it? There's something about this chandelier now that I am not liking. Not having it. It's also something that... It's kind of out of the question. I don't want those curtains or whatever it is that we're doing with those against the wall. So let's go with it. Let's go with it. Let's roll with the flow. Oh no, what just happened to our walls? What just happened to our walls? Oh, I'm glad. The blueprint can be placed, rotated, and uniformly scaled as needed. I certainly hope we are doing it properly. I am certainly noticing that we're running out of RAM. These are very bad news. And the first thing that we'll end up having to go if we are unable to get back on track is unfortunately going to be the chat, which is oddly on center, and I am just noticing that. Wow, it's super far from being centered. I'm going to have 11-1, and that's calling it bye for the game. Alright, we are definitely in the need of RAM memory, I can assure you that. Okay, ideas, come on, I need ideas, so should the chat go then? We tried with a lower, a chat that consumed a little less RAM, but it doesn't look like it's going to make it anyway, man. So, I think we need to be the boss here for a second and make a decision. Those could also portray a 2 square. Yeah, I think we're just overdoing it by having a single square corridors. Oh, excuse me. That could be done, but I think we're overdoing it. It can be done, but I think we're making it a norm. I was just thinking, okay, so whenever there's a battle, you don't want to have 1 versus 1 every single time, right? It breaks a little bit the versatility of the combat. So I still stand by my decision. It is important and necessary to have those tight places, those what are the words, claustrophobic kind of environment, but I think I'm overdoing it. So what we should be doing is try to remember that for the next corridors that we deliver, that we create, basically. Okay, I'm going to have to close the chat. I'm not sure if it's the best idea or if it's the worst idea, but unfortunately I am seeing the future here, and the future says this is going to crash if we don't do anything about it really fast. I don't know, if we were to put a poll in place about what's more important, having the chat on screen or having the magnifier available, that's like a really tough decision, wouldn't it be? I think we're getting none of them because I can only see things not reacting. We don't even have such a problem. That's an extremely inconvenient problem, if you ask me. So what's our current situation? Oh, there's our current situation. We are having a bunch of non-reactive. Okay, let's see. I need to get an alternative for our sound system, at least on my end. Okay, do we have any reaction? Okay, we have a reaction here. We have a closed window here. And we have the hopes that it's not too late. I am going to try to continue paying attention to the chat on the secondary computer, but if I'm even unable to pay attention to it while it's on the screen of our game computer, I just wouldn't have all that high hopes for it on the secondary computer. We also have it available on our phone, but my phone is on my right hand side as we are looking at the left hand side, so that's usually not available realistically. I have to do a whole lot to see happen in there. So I believe it's a little more reasonable to believe that I'm going to be seeing it if it is on the screen just below the one I am seeing right now. Okay, I believe we are back on in-game. I really feel sad about the chat. I was watching the video on demand and I have grown fond of it, I can tell, because I noticed that the portions of the video without the chat on screen felt lonely, I could say. Felt like something was definitely missing. So once again, thank you very much to all our chat participants for participating for all of the collaboration that you're providing to the chat and all the product and everything, right? Okay, I think I can get these ones around my neck because I'm going to be changing my headphones for a short while. I definitely still need to be aware of my musical surroundings in this game, I feel, if we are to properly react to them. Okay. Can move this one. I feel we should move this one. This is not blocking the path, but is also not blocking the path. This is good. This is good. Either here or next to that square. I like this. I like when a road leads you somewhere and then back, and then if you make a wrong turn you end up in the same place. It is kind of weird because it's not that weird. I guess I'm more of a torturer, but not necessarily someone that likes to be tortured. I think it looks good, but this is obviously from the perspective of someone that is overseeing the situation rather than by someone who is actively participating in it. Is that not so? Okay, let's see. I believe we can over here get some decoration, but I don't recall. No, wait, the decoration room. This is a rather odd decision. Your decoration tab is not the same as your building tab. I guess they made it with their decisions in mind, I suppose, but it's still nothing short of an oftentimes inconvenient decision. Speaking of inconvenient, I bet this is going to be really inconvenient if we decide to go that route. It's a little too big. Or we can definitely go with something. I hate it when the thing is not like with enough squares to feel center, right? So we can do a one. Okay, we probably can do this one. Yeah, we can, but should we? Okay, I'm out of ideas here. I can't get anything. Anything I get there feels like it breaks either the aesthetic or the symmetry. I don't know. For the time being, that's going to have to suffice. Let's see, I was also thinking about this chandelier here, right? Other than having the 3 chandeliers here, which is something I complained about last time, I believe we could do something like... something considerably different. And after some consideration, inspired by the likes of Diablo and even Mabinogi, I thought that I'm not sure if that looks even worse, but a chest right on the entrance of the dungeon, I don't think that's something that looks really good either. Speaking of looking really good either, I think this may be benefited from not being all that behind that. Okay, but I'm not sure if the room itself is going to be benefited from having its symmetry broken. So let's tread carefully here. Let's tread really carefully and see if this works out properly. Well, it's not even letting me. Is it with add walls? Okay, is it? Or did we... Well, that could work too. If it adds... No, it's going to move it. It doesn't add... Right? Yeah, it doesn't add... Did he just kick that wall down? Wow. My lack of symmetry here, it's weighing down on me. It's awful. It was looking good, but this wasn't looking great. Though I can't even say that now. It's like we just broke the 2 things. Although that definitely looks a little better than when it was all the way back. But this isn't. Oh man, what a problem. We can get something going and we are not breaking something else. Welcome to life. This is a little too close to the entrance, to the main corridor. Yeah, that could work out, and I feel you need something else, but it can't block the main path. That's okay. I was checking the video and I felt some of the things look a little cramped. So this may help the situation. Maybe even this one, you know. Breaking symmetry again, but for a potentially good cause. Can maybe break a little more symmetry here. He kicks things, they kick things out of existence. Okay, we're keeping symmetry here, but not with the corners, and I'm thinking it may be looking slightly better. Although I'm tempted to not have alineation between this one and the one on the far end there. Now we're back in symmetry. Not sure if it's what I was looking for, but it certainly feels like it is what we are getting. Okay, we're having another problem here. I want to get something here, but in order to be able to get something here, it needs to be doubled, duplicated. I don't know. How about this area? This area is still not developed, so this is... Your guess is as good as mine. No. It's as good as mine. I don't know what we're going to do here. And this base, just one step to the left. Or to the right, depending on when you're standing. To the side, let's go with to the side. I'm liking it. I can't deny that despite its troubles, it still feels with an endearing look and feel to it. I think I'm going to go for it because we're never able to find the right place for this. You know what, let's go for it. Oh my gosh, this is not the right place, but it's probably like... It's definitely amongst the worst places that we could have places. Yeah, let's go. Let's not. Okay, so what we're going to do is reserve a space for it right away, so that we don't have the same problems. What's a good space for this pretty fountain that we have been utterly unable? This is like insane. Sometimes you can find a place, right? Like, oh, I couldn't fit something in a place, but you are bound to find a place somewhere eventually. Not with this. Not with this. Okay, this is impossible. This is impossible. I was thinking of another way, which is like, there, that's it. We found it. That's it. Is it? No, it's still. They kind of. What a nightmare. Okay, but at least we have 2 squares over here. We could have 2 or even 3, and it still fits. I think it fits. It fits better than when we were going to place it. So that's a win for that's a win in my book. Okay, so what should we get in this area? I am guessing maybe one of these weird benches. No, it would break He breaks either like the door. This is a tough call because the door is kind of it will either break doors or pathways. So I'm thinking we're gonna have to go a little more bold on this one. And is it too bold? Not sure if this is a little too much. It's definitely ugly. So let's see. Let's wait for its construction before we make a decision. But I feel there has to be something there. Not that all other things are not also somewhat hideous in retrospective. But I'm accepting suggestions here, but I'm not reading the chat, so I'm kind of not. The size you want the board to be. Board. The problem is that we can't change the board now. Not anymore. I don't know about this space. It feels out of place on both places. I'm also not sure about this chandelier right in the middle of the pathway. Two of them together, well, it feels a little more reasonable for whatever reason. I didn't want to get this right next to the chandelier, but I don't think... I don't know. It is nothing short of a mess, but is it a mess that works? We did some bracers there with one of these things. This may end up changing in the future as we unlock more decorations, perhaps. What about one of these? Okay, what about something like this? Two more chandeliers on the sides, I think that would make it a little too much. And I am debating on whether here or there. I think that is not bad. That's okay, and I am even willing to up it up a notch, kind of slightly blocking the roads there. I'm not sure if it's bad because it's just done, or if it's going to be bad in retrospective and it's the best it can be right now. Is that the Dungeon Master? the Naheulbeuk? No, that's not how it's called. I don't recall his name. Is he heading to the restroom? I didn't think about getting a restroom for him, but I think I should. Yeah, it was Sangdar. So Sangdar has to go all the way through the dungeon to get into a restroom. That's insane. He's the owner of the place or something like that, isn't he? Oh, let's make something a little more reasonable for his needs. There's a considerable problem here. We could get his room a little smaller, maybe. Let's see. Bathroom. At walls. Let's see. I'm thinking. This could work, and I don't think... Okay, let's give it a try, you know. Let's give it a test run for the sake of seeing if something like this sticks. I am not certain as to what's happening here. Okay, let's go with it, you know, let's go with this. But is it functional? Can we actually fit anything in there? A latrine. It's a little unorthodox, it's a little ugly, but it certainly is very realistic. I don't know. Oh, we have a crashing. Yeah, we could have done like a secondary bathroom, which is also going to be necessary eventually, but even the color scheme just breaks down really badly. Let's hope that it gets slightly better after some of the walls are being built. Let's see, we should get Sandar a little bit of decorations too. The very least a chest and a chandelier. Okay, I'm feeling we could get one here. One here. Definitely needs reward chests. Although the idea is there, the execution doesn't feel all that there. You know what? I was running away from it, but what about here? I've seen these things, like in Neverwinter or something, right? I don't know. And also, like, a base wouldn't be a bad idea. One of these... and yet another chandelier. Okay, so how about this one? This one, too ugly? Let's go with it and change our minds if we need to. Though if this is a bathroom, is it publicly available? That could be a problem. That could be a definite problem. Trying to make a private restroom and then making his room open to public. I don't think that's exactly the way to go. Okay, I'm feeling the desk moving just a little bit. Let's see if this works out. Too much maybe? Let's see. I think asymmetry is key here. So instead of going with my original idea of moving it for other reasons, I think we're going to move it for only one square. Oh, no, actually we're not moving in any square. We're just swapping the distribution of the bars of the height bars. No, I don't think that's right. I think Sander is happy about having a lot of chess in his room, or very angry, I'm not entirely sure. Well, he's using the restroom, so that's a start. Okay, let's see, I'm not entirely feeling this area. I thought this could work out, but I'm not entirely convinced now. Well, there's a small element of asymmetry there that kind of works. Seeing two of them makes me wonder if that could be a good idea, but I think we should go away for a while. It's kind of one of those things that if you are for too long into the place, you're bound to start breaking things faster than the rate that you will be fixing them. I think this room needs a chandelier. Yeah, I'm thinking the same of all rooms, so I probably should also... It kind of does, doesn't it? It feels like it needs that chandelier. It kind of does. But I don't want to be bias towards the same room design. Oh, does it need a chandelier? Or does it not? Chili a chandelier. Does it not need a chandelier? This is a new building, inclusive, isn't it? What is this? This decoration, I believe, is new. But this one, I believe, it is imperative as to every room, probably. I'm intrigued. Let's see, what did we just build there? Is it like a perch post? I don't think it's button. I'm not seeing it properly. What is that? What is that? Okay, so we are using the zoom in function a little bit. What the heck is that? It's like cut from afar, from up close it's a bunch of faucets or something. Alright, so I'm gonna leave you with some music for the time being. Hopefully the show has been of your enjoyment. Hold on, this is going to take a while. Why is it not working? I am able to do this. Oh, now I am able. Alright, so we're going to leave you with some music for the time being. Hopefully you are enjoying the show. Remember, this is Naheulbeuk's Dungeon Master, and you are watching us on TALEX9, first stream live on Twitch. So we'll leave you with some of the in-game music, and hopefully you are enjoying the show as mentioned. Remember to, follow and subscribe if you want to see some of the notifications, if you want to be notified for when our channel goes live on your email, seeing as how we usually play different games, and thus if you're only following this game, you may not be able to know when we are playing some other games. That is in case you are interested in watching, of course, different games in the first place, so variety content and all of that. But be rest assured that's what our main goal in the channel most of the time is. So if you're looking for different content, different games, chances are you will be able to find it here. But unless you remember our name by heart, it is a little difficult that you will be able to find us again in this huge ocean of possibilities that is Twitch. Anyways, with that self-advertisement out of the way, we certainly hope that you join on our community. And well, as mentioned, we will leave you for the time being with some of the in-game music, which is also pretty amazing, and we'll be back in just a short moment, so don't go away and stay tuned. Alright, sorry for the untimely delay. We are now ready to retake on the action. Yeah, and by the way, I was thinking we finally are going to be able to continue with the story mode, right? Because we got very awfully distracted in decoration and lost a little bit of got a little sidetrack over there. Alright, before we do that, let's give it what's the word? A tour? Yeah, let's go around the area, seeing how it ended up being. Is this tavern in need of some upgrades too? Some decorations. Yeah, it doesn't have a single chandelier, which for some reason we are feeling compelled to get everywhere. Well, it is an integral part of any dungeon, isn't it? There aren't any chandeliers on the restrooms. And Sangdar, for some reason, doesn't still use its own shower. It seems it likes to come and mingle with the commoners. I wonder if it's improper work. I wonder if it works, because sometimes in this kind of games you can end up building something and thinking it's there, but it's impossible to be accessed or something. Alright, so I think it's looking well. Alright, so that's about as much as we have for the time being, right? Oh, well, we forgot the gamer's room. Yeah, but it's okay, I feel. It has its charm. You know, this particular place here, I was thinking that it sort of requires something, but I don't know what. I feel that anything we can get there can end up making that small area very, very crammed, because it's only a 2x2 square. Alright, so that's about it. Let's see how Sandar's room is doing. Sean is on the other extreme of the dungeon. Here we go. It's a little super crammed, isn't it? I think we over... I don't even know what my opinions on this are, but yeah. Now we know that this shower can be used. That's good. Well, that's the thing. Anybody can enter the room, and apparently Sangdar wasn't very into that, but it doesn't look like he's bothered by it at this particular moment. So we're going to go and see what the story brings. I will leave you with some of the in-game music and dialogues now, because the game is fully voice acted. That's great. We started doing sounded not that unlike the ones that are in game, thus making me feel that well, the certain archetypes are so ingrained in our psyche, in our subconscious, that we are certainly able to think alike, or something around those lines. Well, I'll talk to everybody in a short while, so may you continue enjoying.
This is supposed to be an evil dungeon, not a resort for slackers. What's next? A temple of Dlul complete with giant nap room?
Interesting. I shall continue to evaluate the performance of your organization's procedural sub-functions, as well as the effectiveness of any actions supporting your primary processes.
Oh, kill me now! Greetings, employees! You're listening to Dungeon Radio, the radio the Master's whips at bay. And now, back to our goblin host, Jimmy Killimal. It's starting to get cramped in here. We have to restore access to the second floor. Damn it, this place is a real dump.
Huh? Did I just hear you complaining about my dungeon?
I mean, don't you think this place could use more cleaning up? And less chaos?
Affirmative. Waste disposal would surely improve our dominion over the perimeter.
Yes, it might. Do that, then. Where would this place be without my insightful management decisions?
Hey, shouldn't we try to upscale the tavern while the pen pusher's still deep in her paperwork? If we take too long, we'll get our cash flow sucked dry by the whims of the DF.
It is true that getting a dungeon into compliance is very expensive. What would our tavern need to bring us more returns?
Well, I've had it with lugging bottles around. We need to be able to tap a few kegs. Then, get someone to serve the plunkin' ale. Fast booze flow equals fast cash.
Perfect. Let's take care of this while the master is busy elsewhere. He'll be grateful someday.
Yep, and so will our purses. Let's booze up the whole country and rake in the coins. All this sobriety and moderation stuff is only good for monks and elves. Our TripAdvisor ranking will soar.
Okay, so once again, our deepest apologies for the inconveniences that we are facing right now. We are having another set of technical issues here. Well, it seems that something made the mouse stuck, or one of the pointers, it kept believing that we were going to the corner of to the edge of the screen, and it was scrolling all the way around the screen uncontrollably, which is forcing us to do this, close the game by force. Well, not even by force. We close the game, but it's not even closing, so I'm not entirely certain if it is going to. Such bad news. It got totally stuck. Now we are in the need to close the game entirely and reopen it, hoping that will allow us to continue the gameplay. But the biggest concern, or rather the biggest relief rather than concern, is that it was not saving. So for a second there I was terrified. Gladly, it reacted just in time for me not to be very sad. And thus we were able to save. I am of the impression that it was not saving because it was doing an autosave like at a recent time before that. Thus probably blocking the thing that allows you to save, right? That's my bet, if you ask where I would bet my money on. But the main problem is that it still is not closing, so I think we're gonna have to force closing. Hopefully it doesn't bring troubles to the stream itself. Let us see our manager, or task manager, or resource manager. There is something that concerns me a lot. I have been reading about these couple of newer computers being on sale, and they often cite, or sometimes they cite as having 4 gigabytes of RAM, yet they are quoted as being okay for light gaming. Now, I am completely uncertain on where this game would fit, but it doesn't look like heavy gaming. It looks, if you're able to run it in a computer that's somewhat older, I believe it shouldn't be cataloged as heavy gaming. Heavy gaming would be like, I don't know, newer games. Well, this game is new, but it's not that resource intensive as many of the most up-to-date titles, I believe. If it were, we wouldn't be able to open it. That's at least what I think. Yet this game is running fairly suffering, with a fair amount of suffering on a 4 gigabyte computer. Granted, of course, we're also using OBS to stream, but I don't think that's taking all that much, is it? I don't know. I would feel that a game like this would be still considered as light gaming, because, well, even though it's a this year's game, it doesn't look like a max graphics, max intensive graphics. For example, it runs on DirectX 11, which is what we're using. It doesn't require DirectX 12. If it required DirectX 12, I would buy it. And those computers that are mentioned as being for light gaming actually are able to run DirectX 12. Hence the reason why I'm asking on what exactly is what exactly is the definition of light gaming, because I can actually suppose that it should potentially have enough to run games. In terms of processor and in terms of video, but is it able to run it in terms of RAM? I believe it technically shouldn't. Of course, it's newer RAM, but I don't think that makes that much of a difference in capacity, but more instead on speed, right? On velocity. I don't know, because I don't have newer RAMs. Actually, I'm very ignorant about how RAM works and the difference between one RAM and another. For what little I read, it seems that it shouldn't be that much of a difference, even amongst different price RAM memories, as long as they have like memory and the pins or the channels, I believe, that are required for your particular computer. That's at least what I read. Don't quote me on any of those, on anything about that, because I am actually, as I mentioned, completely unaware on what the actual differences are. But it does give me it does bring the question on me that as to if it is able to be run on one of those newer computers, but that are only coming with 4 gigabytes of RAM. Which, if you ask me, I think that's just not enough. So computers should potentially start coming with at the very least 8 gigabytes of RAM, I would say, because they even come with Windows 11. Windows 10 is already taking like a big amount of RAM, so I would just think that the amount of RAM being taken by Windows 11, there's a very likely chance that Windows 11 is taking more RAM than Windows 10. So if these computers are coming with Windows 11 and 4 gigabytes of RAM, then many of the games that could potentially be quoted as being light gaming are bound to not even run, or run with a big amount of difficulties. And well, like I mentioned, it depends on your definition of light gaming, but I feel that the usual most common definition mostly refers to the processor and the video capacities, right? If I tell you that a computer is able to run light gaming, you're just going to think that it's not going to be able to run heavily intensive video games that are heavily intensive on graphics, but there are cases of games that, even though they may be with a less demanding graphic engine, could potentially still take a lot of processor or RAM. I cannot think of many cases, but I feel that games that require to have many save states, that require to save the state of multiple actors are usually the ones that require more RAM. For example, this game It's a little heavy graphically, but I feel that what's dragging us down in this particular is the RAM, because it requires to store a lot of variables from whatever it is that everybody is doing, or all the actors are being positioning, right? I would say that's potential. That's probably how it works. What is it saying there? It doesn't allow me to get another stair. I should. Okay, it should, but it's looking as logical that it will not allow me to do it inside the tavern. Okay, that's a really big problem. So that means your tavern can only be on a single floor, because what we were trying to do before the crash was to get our tavern extended to do a secondary, like a secondary tavern, right? But we failed miserably at it because, so who knows why. It seems it just doesn't allow you to do it, for what I am seeing. We're trying to work around it, see if we can cheat the engine, cheat the game into allowing us to. But I'm not sure that we can do it. I am stubborn enough to try it again. What is this? You can move the whole tavern? It's just so odd. It doesn't let you do a second floor, and it doesn't let you... it's kind of odd, doesn't it? Isn't it? Doesn't let you do a second floor. It doesn't let you... There are many decorations. I don't think we have been seeing this. Statues even. Oh wow, we have been missing out on a lot. I thought it was only the first ones and everything else potentially locked. But it seems there is quite much more. So our decorations are stale. Stale at best and ugly at worst. Okay, let's see. As mentioned, we are going to try to do like considerable cheating here. Not sure we are going to be able to. I know we were able to get farther than this when we tried this a couple of seconds ago. Not sure if we should waste our time in this. It doesn't let us. Okay, can't do it. But wonder how far it can get. I think as long as it has an entrance, that the rooms have an entrance, the crap, not a, oh my bad, sorry. Oh no, actually it's still working. No, it's not. Yes, we're blocking the kitchen entrance. Yeah, that's the problem. We can't do it. Yeah, that's going to be a really tough to tackle situation. I cannot believe this. You are not able to build another tavern. You're not able to build a tavern to a next floor. The only thing you can do is move the whole tavern. That's insane. That's insanely dumb. No, that's not what we're trying to do. Or what we... I don't know what we can do. We can't do anything, it seems. Rather, you can just work on these areas, period. Whatever. Okay, let's just move on with the tutorial. Modify the tavern. Place 1 barrel. Extra goo. Am I reading that right? All this so small printing. Is anybody able to read this? I don't know, maybe I'm using the wrong monitor or something. But I'm certainly unable to read any of this unless I zoom in insane amounts, as we usually do, which is one of the main reasons why we like having the zoom. But the zoom is not having any problems until you start using it. Place barrel to attract goblin costume. I was reading barrel of abstract goo. Place barrel to attract elf customers. Okay. Well, we only have 2 options, so I am willing to bet that it is one for each. One of them says, cannot read anything. Crappy fruit juice barrels. Suspiciously reminiscent of trash juice. Seems to contain remnants of quote-unquote fruit. Mud light beer kegs. Mediocre weak beer. Better than nothing to stimulate your imagination in the early evening and the bladder a little later. Okay, so basically we are getting some ale and wine, some beer and wine. That makes a lot of sense. What doesn't make sense is that we can't move the tavern or place it. Well, we can't move the tavern, my bad. That's the only thing we can actually do with it. Move the tavern, the whole tavern. That's a little... What's the word I'm looking for? A little overkill, if you ask me. Yeah, what are we gonna do here? I think we're gonna have to just play along with it, like get all of this ogle. Ew. What a really bad place to place. Well, I don't know. It kind of works out, but it's still cringy to my senses. It's kind of making me regret it, and I haven't even done it. Let's see, this is gaming table, vegetable buffet, meat buffet. Isn't there a kitchen? Well, I don't know. It may work for something, or it may just be... oh, okay, it hasn't been built, I guess. That's why it hasn't completed the... There we go. Alright, it's doing it now. Okay, I'm still intrigued. Is there something we can do about things being a little cramped now? No, that's the end of the line for this. What about for this? Well, I think if we move it, if we're even able to move it a little over here, yeah, I think it will look bad in another way, but still look bad. Maybe if we do this, which is something we were going to do from before, but we didn't want to take all that much room from the bar itself. Right now it's here, right? So let's get it here. It will be even more cramped, but in a good way, I guess, in a more balanced way. Get one, what's that? TripAdvisor sausage for the tavern. Okay, decoration, yes, we can do that. That's no problem. Well, yes problem, no space. So yes, still problem. But I just noticed as we were checking through the list that there are also some wall decorations, paintings and of the likes, which are bound to get us a better better rating for our for the art we place, in spite of it being very cramped, right? Ragnarok. Hell, I guess. Let's begin with this Ragnarok one, even though it's going to be nameless banners. Yes, banners. You can't go wrong with banners on a tavern. On a sort of medieval tavern, right? Some of these paintings I can't make sense of. And we are likely to end up having trashy decoration. You know what? Let's go with single color, I guess. Yeah, they're watching the paintings, but the paintings are still not there because we haven't placed validate there. See, I'm learning. What are these? Dryer. A torch. This is good because now we don't need to get chandeliers or million chandelier challenge. Oh no, not again. Oh no, did it get stuck again on a corner? We haven't even moved basically. Extrusion text. Yeah, they definitely don't like hamburgers because they don't make these games available for the average hamburger flipper budget PC gaming available something. I don't even know what I'm saying. Is it smart to get torches near the liquor barrels? Of course not. That's why we're doing it. I could have sworn we got a torch in that particular place. Let's see, that looks ugly, a banner right next to a painting. We don't want to overdo it, otherwise it's going to look trashy. But we could definitely get 2 more banners. I'm feeling one over here, which I also could have sworn we already recently did, and one over here. I'm not sure if that's okay. For the time being, it will have to suffice. Or not. Oh, you get the tribe advisor immediately, right? I saw the things going up in scale. We haven't even built the stuff. Not sure if I am very into this autosave function. It seems it's doing more damage than help. Is there any way to turn that one off? Yeah, the autosave function may be hitting us hard, and it's probably hitting us hard in processor, which is also very concerning because I thought we had that one covered at the very least. Doesn't look like we do, unless it actually is hitting us on RAM too. Okay, let's see. Autosave frequency every 15 minutes, 25 minutes. Disable. Well, let's go for it. Let's give it a super high risk. Let's give it a super high risk. Let's try to remember ourselves to save every couple of minutes. Hopefully we don't forget. We don't remember. Hopefully we don't forget. Because yesterday, well, we had that trouble needed for it to happen. Let's see, vertical sync. I have no idea what that is. Frames per second uncapped. Let's cap those. I don't know if that would make it better or worse. Quality, well, it's just custom, but basically everything is in low. You can even turn off lining quality, and that's how it became custom, I guess. But lock the cursor in the game window. That should be doing that. It should be doing that, but it's not doing it. Oh darn! It's going to break our window again, isn't it? I think it already did. That's bad news. Now need to change the resolution back and forth, which is also known as something really bad if you're already struggling with resources. She disappeared and the magic missile passed through her lingering heat shadow to explode against the far wall. Let's have a party tonight. A monthly pass for train travel. The door was done by your dad, definitely. Long. Don't quote me on that, as I keep saying. But I have never heard of something that other than the picture of Dorian Gray. So the picture of Dorian, well, I don't know what that one is. I think it is perhaps the most stuck it has been in a long while, and we have just recently restarted the game, therefore it should be the opposite. This is very concerning and stressful, but there's nothing else we can do. We need to get the resolution changed, otherwise the printing is impossible to be read, at least in 640 times 480. So the other thing we could potentially do is instead get it into an even bigger resolution. Right, that's another idea. That's an idea. A drastic and desperate measure that might not even be possible. You have stated that possible. second. I'll be back in just a moment, so don't go away. Hopefully this reacts faster than later. Ajá. Bueno, 10, como 10, 15. Alright, we're back, and apparently the image is too. Good news all around. We are now approaching our last around 10 minutes of gameplay as we are preparing to go get some lunch. But hopefully we are at the very least able to unlock the situation that we are in right now. We are in a little bit of stocking. I'm not even sure that it's doing better, it's worse. The problem is that we haven't been able to even see the chart, see if it's not only the RAM. It may be not only the RAM. Yes, we did mention that. Okay, I'm thinking swapping them around so that we don't have two paintings one next to the other. You see that guy rollerblading there? The skater skating out of the bar. Maybe he stepped on some ice. That's not exactly symmetrical. But it's good because it's a bar, so you are bound to just stare at it while you're drunk, thinking, is it? Is it not? Am I imagining it? Well, it is a bar, not a coffee shop. It may even just make you more prone to puke out of sheer dizziness. So let's get that a little more symmetric. Can we? I'm not entirely sure, actually. Yes, I'm actually thinking that this will make things worse. I think that is symmetric, actually. Is it symmetric or symmetric? Alright, let's see some of the story right now. I will leave you with some of the in-game music so that we are able to appreciate the voice acting and the dialogues. Once again, thank you very much. Troublesome. Watching us on TAL EX9 first stream on Twitch.tv